Look around you. Your desk is a mess, isn't it? Or maybe you can't find your kitchen because it's buried in clutter. Well, it's time to clean it up and get organized. So today we've brought in the pros to get you back on track in time for the new year. Right, Carrie Lee?
That's absolutely right, George. I have with me Ellen Faye. She's going to help out with some tips this morning, which so many of us desperately need this time of year. Let's start the new year off fresh. Let's clean up the mess we've made over the past year, the past 10 years. How do we do that, though? And why are we so messy?
This is a great time to get started with your organization. We're a very affluent society. We like to buy things. We have all these things. We bring them into our houses and our homes, and then we never take anything out. Well, of course, you know, it's like a pitcher of water. You can fill it up, it's going to start overflowing.
Yeah.
So we have to plan to organize. We have to plan to purge some of the stuff and get rid of it.
And you've brought some really easy, we always love breaking everything down to just a couple of tips. You have five tips to organize, and I think we can all grasp these. Let's start with the first one. What is it? Less mess is less stress?
Less mess is less stress.
Yeah.
By clearing the space, you're clearing the space in your brain. You get more brain space. You can think more freely. If you have clutter all around you, sometimes it's really difficult to pick out what's most important.
And a place for everything. When my mom always used to say this is a place for everything and everything in its place. But I guess that's kind of true, huh?
It's true, because if you know where it goes, you know where. It's the milk rule. I call it the milk rule, because we know where our milk is in the refrigerator. We know when we need more milk. And when we go to the store, we know where to put it away. If we do that with all of our things, we know when we need more. We know where to put it back. That's why things pile up, because we have no idea where to put them. The things we know where they go, the silverware, we all know where to put that away.
Right.
But the things we're not sure of are the things that start piling up on your counters.
And as we continue to go through some of these different tips, let's talk about some of the props you've brought. Like, for example, how would some of these work into the 80%, 20% rule? That's tip number 3, by the way.
Well, we use 20% of our things 80% of the time. That's almost all the time. So we want to keep those things in our prime space.
Okay.
The things we don't use very often, we need to pack away. Well, this is my best prop. This is the most used item I have, and that's just a trash bag.
Yes.
Because we need to part with a few things or donate to charity. It's a really good way to handle it. So when you go to organize, get lots of these big garbage trash bags.
Or get lots of these, because you said it's so much easier to be organized if you know what's in these bins.
Exactly. I love the clear plastic because you can see inside and you know it. I also love to put a label on it. These label makers are not very expensive. Everyone can pick one up. And then you put your labels on so you know what's inside.
Perfect.
And, you know, make a place for everything. I've labeled this one pictures because we get all these pictures. We don't know what to do with them. At least put them in a bin until you have time to get to them.
Speaking of time, schedule the time. You can use
this is so important.
A notepad of paper. And the 5th one, make it manageable. Don't overwhelm yourself. This is something we can all do. We just have to get down and do it. And
break it down into small steps. Say, what are my dreams for this space? What stresses me out? And pick out 1 or 2 or 3 and just try to attack those. Don't look at your whole house. You get very overwhelmed.
All right. The website is straighten-up.com. Ellen, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Carrie Lee.
Can you spend some time in our newsroom?
Absolutely.
Take her upstairs. George, back to you.